Let me just.
Okay, so we'll get started. We'll go over our assignment for today, and then we'll do some practice exponents. We'll go through our rules with examples, and then we'll do some practice. All right. Do you know
Okay.
this year is really going? Do you know it's what, next
Ridiculously
week?
fast.
Yes, it's going so fast. And do you realize this week and next week will end our session until we start
Oh,
again?
oh boy.
Yeah, the time is really gone. So we only have this week and next week. And then we'll go into break, and then I'll find out when we'll start up again. Mercedes, you never sent me your results of your GED, right?
I didn't get it, Miss Barbara, until now. I tried so much. I didn't get it. That's what I'm saying. I feel so bad. I can't get it. I don't know what else to do. I
No,
try everything.
do you have your scores?
No, I didn't get the score. I don't know what the score is until now. I've got no information. I
But
tried
it
to go
should
on.
be on your GED.com. No, that's where they send it.
Yeah, going to GD.com and not opening.
And you
So I
don't
don't know
see
what to
it?
do. No, I've
Now,
got to try.
Vanessa did hers, and she got her scores right away.
Oh boy, I don't
Yeah,
know
because
what.
she did the writing and the math, and the writing took a little long because somebody has to, that's like manually graded the essay. But then she got it in like maybe 3 days or so, and then she knew she had passed the writing, and that was good. And then she
Are
did.
they doing the Are they doing it manually too? Are still on on the computer?
Well,
Anywhere is
you
doing it.
have you have a there are some places might be doing it manually, but paper, but most places are doing it on the computer.
I know where I
Um,
did. I think I did a mess because I never done it on the computer. So sometimes one of few little thing I don't understand how to shift or move to.
yeah, that's why
And
you gotta practice. There's a practice session you can do. I have to send you that so you can
I want
do
to
the
do that practice.
practice. Yeah. So let me make a note. Practice.
I have to go do the practicing on the
Yeah,
computer.
so you're comfortable. Practice GD computer.
Because
So
the
this
first
one,
time I did
so
it,
this,
I was
this
very
one is different to
uncomfortable.
the other one, right?
Say
Okay.
that again, Maureen.
This one is different to the task, right?
I don't know. I don't understand.
This Bible, this GED is different to the task, right?
Oh yeah, it's different. This is GED, not the task.
Uh,
They disbanded the task and went back to the GED.
uh,
So
But
what
it's
was the task? What it was?
well, tasks you did before, but
the
the
task,
problems
the
are the
task
same. They're the same kind of problems.
So isn't a high school diploma still?
It's still high school diploma, and it's still the same kind of problems.
I
I
don't know
mean,
what.
the reference sheet changed a bit because they're not covering some of the things that they had before. So when you look at your reference sheet, it's a little different from the reference sheet on the task. I sent you the reference sheet, right? Got it, right? I sent it.
I don't remember.
Well, I'll
The
send it
reference sheet.
again. The reference sheet is a little different, so I'll send you a reference sheet. But Maureen, the problems are the same kind of problems. They
uh,
still covering the same topics.
oh, I see.
Yeah, the geometry, knowing the volume of the
Uh,
sphere and all that. They they covering the same thing, median mode, you know,
Yeah. I truly have to
ratio
practice and
proportion.
learn because
Mhm.
when I
uh,
sit and do the paper one, Miss I read and I go faster with me. But the computer now you have to go into this and change it. I'm not accustomed to really doing it on it. I'm not
But
too
even
equipped.
with the computer, you can go back. You can omit something and go back to it. Like if you go to a
Yeah, I found
problem, they'll
myself
say
doing
to you,
that in the exam.
yes,
I catch
yeah,
on to that by
yeah,
myself, but
yes,
I'm slow down because I'm not accustomed to what to do.
yeah. But that's why you've got to practice that computer version before you take it. the real live one, because then you become comfortable, because you've got to use the calculator, that's the virtual calculator, right? But it's the same format as your regular calculator. And so, and then you have a reference sheet. You can click to go to the reference sheet if you need to look up a formula. But it's better to do all of that as a practice before you do it as the real test. All right. Unless you already comfortable with using a computer. And Mercedes, you haven't used the computers much, because when we were on site
That's
at
right.
M Place, we could go right next door and we could do things on the
Yeah.
computers, right? They could sit next to me and
And
do
just as I
things.
was doing very well, the
Yes,
COVID cut out everything.
that's right.
So I have to do
Absolutely.
a refresher on my computer.
Absolutely. But you can get that
So,
back, though. You just need. Did you ever call the lady for the computer session in
no, it's
Manhattan?
just yesterday I saw her number. I said, oh, gee. But it just was in the midst of that, I'm doing my eye surgery and this and that. So
All
for
right,
2 weeks.
because she could help you too, and maybe that's what you want to do during our break. Work on the computer. Call the
Okay.
lady in Manhattan so you can practice. Tell her that, there's a practice test for the GED, and you want to do that on the computer so you're comfortable with it. Because then, this is actually not Zoom. You'll be right there in Manhattan, and she'll be able to help you.
Okay.
The reason why I was asking you, because the girl that braid my hair is Michael's wife's sister, right? She wanted to go and do it. Yeah.
She want to do her GED?
Yeah.
Okay, but she has to enroll in GED.com, Maureen. Yeah, she has to, it's not the same setup as before, as you sent mail to somebody, a center, and they
You
send you the,
because you send the information from my phone for me that I can give her. Yeah, I'm gonna
yes,
do it right. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
yes, but she should enroll in GED.com, set up her user ID and password, because they have practice tests on there that she can do.
Okay.
All right. That's why she
Uh-huh.
should go ahead and enroll, because they have practice tests in all the subjects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
But
All
you
right.
send it to me and give it to her, and she'll do it. So,
Okay. So you need the information on GED.com for your friend?
yeah.
Okay. So
The
I'll
one
put,
that tell me what she could get the glasses, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll send it to you so she can get started, because the quicker she
Yeah.
gets started, the more prepared, the
Yeah.
earlier she come prepared for it. Oh, Maureen, let's look at our work. Did you do number 1? Pie chart?
Yeah.
You see number 1, pie
Yeah.
chart,
Miss,
and
I'm not seeing anything on my screen.
you don't see this?
Nothing, Miss. Just you. I'm seeing at the top of my right hand side.
Maureen, do you see the screen?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
Well,
I even
Maureen,
touched it,
it's got to
nothing
be
at
from
all.
your end, Mercedes, because
I don't know what's going on.
GD
Same thing
math
happened the last
prep
time.
topics, tables, charts, graphs,
It's
exponents,
blank. I'm looking
December
at a blank
12th.
screen. Just seeing, just nothing at all. Just you I'm seeing at the top right side.
Are you scrolling? Maybe you need to scroll.
I touch the screen. I'm scroll, try to push it. Nothing at all.
You may have to go out and come back in, because it's definitely there. I've added from the beginning.
How come I've been talking to you? I haven't seen nothing more than you.
It's important to see this screen, though.
I always do. I don't know what's going on here now.
Did
Let me
you
see
ever go
something.
back to get someone to? At
Let me
least we
try
don't have
something.
that sound anymore.
Oh,
That disturbance we had before. I don't hear that at
yeah.
all, Mercedes. So
Oh, let me keep my
that's
finger crossed. Hope it doesn't come back.
yeah. I hope it doesn't come back. But okay, but
All
you
I see in the bottom is I see share in the green writing, so I don't know if I should touch it.
you should be, well, I'm sharing with you. Um,
Oh, now I'm seeing the logo. I see my name.
okay.
Okay, just let's see what's going on
Do
here.
you see the assignment?
No, I just see
December
the
12th.
logo for 11.99. That
Oh,
yellow
that's
thing.
Miss Beckles. Yes, right.
Yeah,
You
I
just
see
see the
her.
participants, Maureen. You probably see
Yeah,
Maureen for.
yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Okay. All right. Now, but you don't see,
Oh, now I see it.
you see it now?
Yes,
Assignment, practice
yes,
work. Okay, very good. So
yeah.
you didn't do this
Assignment.
one.
No,
You
Miss
didn't
Barbara, I
do
don't know
this one.
where I try. I keep looking at it, I don't know where I couldn't kick it.
Okay. Now, Maureen said she did it. So Maureen, tell Mercedes how you did number one. What percent of the total spending is spent on tennis? How did you solve it?
I put 45%. I
You mean,
didn't do it wrong.
go ahead. You put what?
I can't remember what I did.
What was your answer,
I
Maureen?
have my answer was D.
How did you get D?
Because it was 45, but then I realized it, but it's figured wrong because of the actually what?
Yeah, because these are in degrees. So
Oh
these are
yeah.
not percent. So it, even though it's 45, it's not percent, it's
Oh
degrees.
yeah, yeah.
So what should you do to convert degrees to percent, Maureen? What do you think you would do?
Okay, Shelly. I get down there. You got it. Hold on, Miss Barbie. You got it down. Very cool. I think you got it down, Mike. They do 360 divided by 45.
You mean 45 divided by 360?
Yeah.
Yeah. What part of 45, what part of 360 is the number 45? So, Mercedes, if it's in degrees, convert percent, you've got to divide the number of degrees by
Oh,
360.
so the answer would be A.
Oh,
So the answer would be A. That's correct,
Yeah.
Maureen. Very good. So you'd put the
I
45.
tried to do that, Miss Barbara. I don't know why I can't
You
get it.
didn't?
I
You did?
tried to do that.
So what
Yeah,
happened, Mercedes, when you tried to do that?
I'm not getting none of the answer that I see there, so maybe I'm doing something
Okay.
wrong.
Now, when you divide 45 by 360, what did you get, Mercedes?
Let
What
me
is
see
this
what,
equal to?
hold on. 45 by 360.
Yes, 45 divided by
I
360.
got I got 0.125.
That's right. So, and what percent is that?
That is what percent again? That is
How do you go from decimal to percent?
one upon 25.
No, we're talking percent now.
Oh, not
How do we
that,
go from decimal to percent? What's the rule?
what to do again?
Decimal to percent. Multiply the decimal by 100 or shift decimal point 2 places to the right. So what is this when you do that, Mercedes? What's the percent?
12.5.
That's right, 12.5%.
Oh, that's 12 and a half.
Oh, that's right. That's 12 and a half.
Oh, that's what I should have done.
That's right.
Actually getting it
That's
and
right.
realize
12
it.
and a half and 0.5 is a half, right? So 12.5%. Put decimal point here, not a dash. Okay.
I gotta put that in my head and don't forget it again.
12.5% and 0.5 is one half,
It's the
right?
same. Yeah, I know that.
12 and 1 half.
Oh, last night was a hectic night to work, Miss Barbara. I was
It
very
was.
tired. Because I do a double shift, so just imagine I get up from Sunday morning, I haven't slept until I come back home this morning.
Oh boy, that's a long, long shift. Okay, so that would be answer A, like Maureen said, right, Maureen?
Yeah.
Could have guessed it.
Answer A, 12 and a half. Remember, when you're given degrees, they are not the same as percents. Degrees are made up of a pie chart that's shaped like a circle, and a circle
Yeah.
has a total of 360 degrees.
I realize that because each of the numbers in there have a little circle at the top, so I know it's a
That's
little.
right. And you added these all up, you'll get 360.
And I did add them up and get 360 just to test to see if I'm on the right track. But then
Then what
when
happened, Mercedes? You didn't
I
think
couldn't
to
remember.
divide the 45 for the tennis, 45 by
I did
360?
that, but I couldn't remember to move a decimal point. That's why I didn't remember to do. That's why I did
Well,
125. I
remember
forgot
to
to move
go
the
from
decimal point.
Mercedes,
Yeah.
remember to go from decimals to percent. You multiply by 100. And
Yes.
that's the same as shifting 2 places to the right, which would put the decimal between the 2 and the 5, right? And
Okay.
12.5 is the same as 12 and 1/2. That clear?
Yes, I actually get it and realize it.
Oh, you had the
As I do.
0.125?
Yes,
And
I'm
and
still.
and at
I
this
forgot.
point, you didn't know how to convert that to a percent.
I forgot to shift, or that I should shift the decimal point. Because I did it the same way.
Yes, but I gave you those rules. You didn't go back to your notes, look at the rules, that I
As
sent.
I said last night, was a difficult night, so but I didn't want to go to the night and try to do it because I didn't get to do it another time.
Okay. Now, let me ask you another question. This one said, what percent of the total spending is spent on tennis? Now, I am giving you another question. Okay. Okay. What percent, I'll make this bigger, percent of the total spending was spent on golf?
On golf.
Yes. And that's a mental math. Make that bigger. That's the mental math. You shouldn't have to do any pencil, paper, calculator. So what's the answer? Anybody?
10.
Maureen, is that you?
Yes.
Maureen said what percent?
10.
Mercedes, what do you say?
I'm not saying anything, Miss, because I'm not quite sure. Because I didn't try.
What's the
I
golf?
tested.
What's the golf degrees?
Golf.
Mercedes. Yeah, look over
Golf.
here at the pie chart. What's the golf degrees?
The golf.
Yes,
36.
36. So what do you do with that 36?
You're going to turn it into percent.
So how do we turn it into percent? Think about just what we did with tennis.
We divide that by 360 degree.
Right. So what do I put here? Tell me what to put.
360.
What are you dividing?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Yes.
So what's in this is really a fraction, but what's in the numerator? What number?
Numerator. 36.
Okay, 36. And what is that divided by?
360.
Yeah, the total.
Yeah.
And mental math, what is that equal to?
When I divide that by 360.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's. I'm not sure of the answer, Miss Barber.
Maureen, how did you get 10?
Because it's
What
36.
I got,
Wait just a
Miss, what I
minute.
got,
Let's just let Maureen talk. Maureen,
okay.
how did you get 10?
Because I said 36 into 360 is 10. Because if you multiply 10 by 36, you get 360.
That's right. So that means 36 is 1/10 or 0.10, right? And that will be 10%. But Maureen
Okay.
did it backwards, which is okay. The only number that will give you 360 from 36 is multiplying it by 10, right? So
Yeah.
10%.
Oh,
Or
Miss, when I put it 36 first and then slash 360, I don't get it. But when I put it the other way around, I get 10. I put it in the wrong way. Now I
You
put
no,
it
put
the
it
other
wrong
no,
way, you can't put slash.
Huh?
no.
You can't put
Three,
slash.
no, the three, no, the 360 over 36 is saying how many times you multiply by 36 degrees, get 360, and that's 10. That's
Yeah,
perfectly fine. But
yeah.
to go from decimal with degrees is the number of degrees of the item divided by the total.
Yeah, I
36.
see 0.1 when I do that.
That's it. You get a decimal. Shift
Oh,
it 2 places to the right and multiply by 100, you get 10%.
oh,
But mental math, if you just had choices, like Maureen said, well, she knows that 10 times 36 is 360. So the answer has to be 10%. 36 has to be 10% of 360.
oh, I got you.
All right. So there are different ways of solving things, but I gave you nice numbers to work with, nice and easy that you could use mental math to do, and you wouldn't have to go through, calculation on the calculator
Okay.
or pencil paper. All right.
Okay.
But either way, you take the number of degrees and divide by
Right.
the total.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm giving you another one. One more. Same. And this is another one that should be actually mental math. Now, instead of golf, I will say, uh, let's see which one I want to say. Oh, I'll say basketball. Let's just change this. What percent of the total spending was spent on basketball?
My number is basketball again. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I think it was 54, sure.
yeah. Basketball is 50
But,
degrees.
oh, yeah, 50.
Okay.
Or 50.
So basketball is 50 degrees. So you'd have what, Mercedes?
We
What
would
would you
have
divide
50 divide 360.
by 360? And what is that as a decimal?
0.1388889
Okay. 50 divided by 360.
equal
Okay. Now round it off to the nearest thousand. So what would this be? 0 point what?
0.9.
No,
Oh, 8,
no.
8,
What's your first digit when you divide?
0, 0
The zero
point
is a placeholder. After decimal point, what's the first digit?
1,
1. And what's the next one?
3,
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. Go back.
you're typing, but you're not seeing it. You're not coming up.
Yeah, I know. Okay, here we go. All right.
It comes to 0.138.
Okay.
Yeah, she know. She
All
was
right.
telling her.
All right, Mercedes. What's the next digit?
1,
1.
3,
And what's the next one? 3.
8.
Now, round it off to the nearest thousands. Now, this is tens, hundreds, thousands. So what goes in this is thousands place? And I say round it to the nearest thousand. So what goes after the 3?
Will it be 9?
Yes, that's right. Very good. It would be 9 because it's 888, and you round it off the 888 to 9 because 5 or greater, you bump up, right? So
Yes.
what would be the percent? I'll say
It
these.
should be 13.9.
That's it. You got it. Now, is it making sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it's the number of degrees divided by 360, always 360 for the circle when it's in degrees. And you get a decimal, multiply by 100 or shift 2 places to the right. Decimal point now between the 3 and the 9.
Okay.
Any questions on pie charts with degrees?
Getting it, miss. Thank you so
Getting
much.
it? Okay. So that one was with degrees. Now the next pie chart is percents. Now, what are the percents add up to on the pie chart?
100.
100. That's right.
Yes.
100%. Now this one, I sent the notation because this is an error. And when I was looking at it, I said, nah, this is 120%. So this
Yeah.
pie
Because I
chart,
had it up and I didn't get it.
yeah, you get 100, which is, and that's why I sent these corrections
It
because
wasn't
those
on.
extra 10 came from royalty. Should have been
Yeah.
15, not 25, and binding should have been 20%. All right.
So I'm saying, how am I getting more than that?
Yes,
Something
yes. Yeah. So when I was going over it, I said, aha, something's wrong here. And then I said, oh, these two are incorrect. All right. Now, these are, what's the name of this pie chart? Anybody? What's the title?
Type is what?
Pie chart.
No, what's the title of the pie chart? What is it showing you?
Is at the bottom or the top? I don't see the reading.
Okay, here it is right here. Let me just put this all over on the other side.
Okay. There was this
Okay,
one.
now I'll have it on the top. So what is the title of this pie chart? It's right here.
Serious X.
Expenditures.
Sugar in percentage
In publishing.
incurs in publishing a book.
That's right. Various expenditures, and this is in percentage, incurred in publishing a book. Expenditures just means expenses. All right.
Yeah.
And you see it all broken down here. And the corrections or the royalty is 15%. The binding is 20. Now, number 2. Maureen, did you do number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go here. What did you get? What was your answer for number 2?
C.
C. Mercedes, you did it, right?
Yes, I got C2.
That's it. Answer C. Now, somebody tell me how they got it. There's a couple of ways to do it, but the printing you were given the printing cost. You had to use that, right? And you're finding what was the amount for the royalty. All right, so this is what you were looking for. So how did you use that 30,600, Mercedes? How did you use it?
Divide it in half.
Okay, so let's take the 30,600 because, like I say, there's a couple of ways to do it. Just want to hear how you did yours. Okay, so you took the 30,600 and you divided that in half, you said, right?
Yeah, I got 15 300.
Okay. All right. So let's just make that bigger. So when you divided that, let me just, okay, so what was your answer here?
The answer was 15,300.
Okay, so you got
What?
half of that, 15,000 of 300. And what was your next step?
Divide that again
Okay, so you took the
in half
15,300, okay. Okay, let's put that there. And then you divided that by what?
by 2.
Okay. You divided that by 2. And you got what for that?
706,7650.
Okay, so that's equal to 7,650.
50.
And then what was your next step?
Okay, the next step was the first half. I had the half with the quarter, because the 7,650 is a quarter of 30,600. So I add that to the 15,300 and I got 22,950.
Okay, so you just really added these two, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this underline, you added them. And what was your answer?
My answer was 22950.
Okay, 22950. Okay, so let me make that bigger so it's more like the size of what we're using here. Okay, there we go. And that answer was C, right? Now, that's one way of doing it. What's another way you could do it, Maureen, you know?
No.
Mercedes, can you think of another way to do it?
I'm actually gonna follow what the pie chart say. Like royalty is
Okay.
15%.
Printing. No. What was printing?
Printing was 20%.
It's 20%, right? Okay, so let's put 20%. And that 20% was equivalent to 30,600, right?
Yes.
So if 20% of the total cost is 30,600, this should be comma here. What would 100% be, Mercedes?
If 20%, if 20% is you say is 30, what would be
20% of the total cost is 30,600. What is the total cost?
what is the total cost?
How could you find it?
I would have to turn the percent to decimal and
No. What I'm asking you, 20% is equal to this. I'll just put equal.
okay.
Okay. So what I'm asking you,
What is 100?
yes, 100% would be equal to what? And how would you find it?
I would have to turn the percent to decimal and divide that by
No, you don't have to do that. I mean, what
oh.
you're saying will probably work, but I want you to
Okay.
look
I
at
would let me see, would I
100% and
on
20%.
20 and find a number that can go into both number? I did something like that too.
Something like that. But ask yourself, how many 20s are there in 100?
Okay,
Five.
that would be 5.
5. So you could take that 5 and multiply it by 30,600. Right?
Me see now go as far as that. Me say I didn't go further.
No,
Okay.
I just want you to look at something from more than one way,
Yeah,
because
I'm looking at Miss, I'm
okay.
looking at my paper where I did it, and I divide that same way, and I get the 5, but I didn't know that I could multiply it by with 30.
Yes, because
Uh,
what 20%, there are 5 20% in 100, right?
yeah,
So what's 5 times 30,600?
5 times 30.
What is that equal to? Anybody?
That is 15 153,000. Oh,
153,000, right?
he's off of it.
Okay, so now our royalty cost was what? 25%, which is really 1/4, right? So
Yeah.
what's 1/4 of 153,000?
1/4 of that.
Well, that's the total 153, right? And I'm sorry, our royalty is 15%. What's 15% of 153,000?
What's 15%?
That's royalty, right? 15% of 153,000. What's that equal to?
22,950.
Same answer, right?
Look at that. I I
Yes.
I I divided 20% by on the 100 by 20%, and I got 5. But I didn't know I could go so
Yes,
far
you
and get
could. That's it. Because you said, well, 5. So let me multiply that 5 times the 30,000. That would give me the total of all the costs. So 15% of that total gives me my royalty. Royalty is 15%.
so all I need was to do is use a 5 to multiply the 30,600 equal
You could find a total of all the expenses and then take 15% of that. That would be the royalty. The royalty is 15%. So there are different ways of working out a problem, but I want you to see more than one method. Because if
Yes,
you
yes,
know 20%, you know 100. Because
yes.
there 5 times 20 is 100. So 5 times the amount for the 20% is your total. So with this, you could find any of these, right? Like, let's go. We know what the total is. You can go here and say, what was your promotion cost? What was your promotion cost, Maureen?
I didn't do the promotion.
No, I'm asking you. This is mental math. What was the promotion cost? If the total is 153,000, Maureen, what is the promotion cost? What's 10% of the total, Maureen? Mental math.
10% of the 15, but if
Of
I
the
want
153,000.
let me see,
Mental math.
53, 10%, 53 is
1/10, a tenth of 153,000. What is it? Just shift to the decimal point.
And you get 15,300.
Keep going. I'll say this. 15 what?
15,300.
That's it. 15,300. Because with the 10, you just really shifted the decimal point. That's why I gave you a nice easy one. Then you didn't have to really calculate, right?
That's the thing. Sometimes I remember that I could have shifted decimal and get
Yeah,
the
10%, because you really multiplying it by 1 and it's 1/10.
Look
So,
how far I reached with the 5, and I didn't know that I
okay.
could have
So
multiplied by
10% would just be 15,300. Trying to show you ways of doing things that save you time. You don't have to go
10.
through a lot of calculation, because 1/10 of something is really just shifting the decimal point a place. All right. Any questions on percents now with pie charts? We went through degrees. We just did a percent, and we got one more category, and that's fractions, right? So any questions with percents?
No, Miss
What?
thank you so much.
Okay, what must your percents add up to? Anybody?
100.
100. What must your degrees add up to?
360.
Now, when we get the fractions, what must your fractions add up to?
Uh-oh.
Fractions add to what, Maureen?
Fractions, I don't know.
Add to
The
one.
decimals?
No,
The
one.
Oh,
What's the decimal for 100% is 1, 1.00, just the number 1, right? So your fractions must add up to 1. Now, let's look at our next one. The next one is in fractions. You have t-shirts 3/8. Now let's go back here. You have a clothing merchant has 3,840 pieces of clothing. So we need that, right? Of 5 types. PQ is the diameter of the circle. That's half. So P to Q. There we go. Now, what's the fraction for the t-shirts?
1/5. No, sorry.
T-shirts. 3/8. What's the fraction for skirts?
1/5.
Okay. What's the fraction for shirts?
3/8. No. That would be
1/8.
1/8.
1/8. Because this is half of the circle right here. So 3/8 and 1/8 is 4/8, and 4/8 is a half. So shirts is 1/8, right? So if you know shirts is 1/8, how do you find the number of shirts? Now we just said shirts equal 1/8. Anybody want to give me the answer? How many shirts does 1/8 represent? Anybody? How would you find the number of shirts? You know your total. 3,008.
Yeah, so you divide.
Divide what, Maureen?
It's 3/8 into 3840.
Well, the shirts is 1/8, Maureen.
Oh, yeah,
T-shirts are 3/8. The shirts are 1/8. So what do I do with that 1/8?
Turn to decimal and multiply.
You don't have to turn it to decimal. You just multiply the fraction by 3,840.
Right.
Right, Mercedes? You don't need to turn anything to a decimal. Number of shirts equal to 1/8 times the total, 3,840. And what's that equal to? Anybody?
Is that 3,070?
What is that equal to?
480.
480. That's your answer. Answer A.
Oh boy.
So what happened, Mercedes?
I'm so doubtful. I just say, I look at A and I say, oh, chat. I'm not sure getting it right. And I just say, you know what? None of the above.
Oh
I
no,
just,
but did you realize that half of that circle is the purple and the yellow?
it's half. It's a
So
half.
if this is 3/8, 4/8, which is half minus 3/8 is 1/8. So you know your fraction for your shirts is 1/8. You know the total of all of the clothing pieces. So you take 1/8 of the total, that gives you the number of shirts.
Oh, miss, but how do you put 1/8 into the calculator? That's
You
my
look for the
problem.
A B. You look for the A B sign.
No, yes. What you do, Mercedes, you have your calculator?
Yes.
Okay, Maureen, go ahead and tell her. You're telling her. So what you put? Go ahead, Maureen.
You got to look for the sign. It mark what? N and B.
N
Oh,
over
yes.
D. You see that,
N
right?
over D.
Yes.
So
So I
when you
press,
N over D, you put in, you see the numerator blanking, put
yes.
1. Take your big gray key and push the down one, and you could put
Hold
the
on.
8, right?
Take what key to press down?
The gray key, the big gray key over at the right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, put
Oh, got
press
it.
the
I put,
down one, then you can put the 8, right? Then you
yes.
can bring that, press to the right to bring that
Oh,
back
got
up.
it.
Okay, and then you could put times and then put your 3840, 3840, enter,
Got it.
and you got your answer. You got it?
Yeah, yeah, got it. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you
But
look for your numerator over denominator because that's the format of the fraction. Numerator over denominator. Put the numerator, use the gray key to move about bottom, top, left, right. Okay.
what
And
I
then
learned is I learned to use the gray key to, if I want to, I used to just press clear and everything gone. Then
uh-huh.
I use it and learn to also just take out one initial if I want to. I
Yes,
get
yeah. Yeah,
my
but that
own.
gray key is you can do up, down, right, left. Okay.
Yes,
So you
I
can
got it.
push
Thank you
up,
so much.
down, right, left. Got it?
Yes, thank
So
you.
answer for number 3 is A. Any questions on fractions for number 3?
Oh, miss, thank you so much.
Okay, so let's go to now. What fraction of the clothing or dresses? Maureen, did you do that one?
I
What
guess I,
fraction of clothing?
Or dresses? Here we go.
clothing.
Dressing. No, I didn't do that.
I said that
This
was
this our business. I didn't know if they want all two together or one.
Mercedes, you did that one, right? I
yeah,
think.
but I don't think it's right. I
Let's
guess
see.
to it.
I
That's
think.
how you.
Wait.
That's how you do it.
I think you
Huh?
did. Let's see. That was number
That's
4.
how you did it.
No,
To say what fraction of the clothing?
you had number 4 right.
I
So
looked at it and
how did you do it, Mercedes? How did you
I
get
just
the correct answer?
I looked at the amount, no, the size of it, and I look at 1/5, and I said, I just guessed that dress is smaller. I guessed it. I didn't work it out.
Oh, you didn't work it out.
I look at the answers. Okay. I look at C. What do I have? B. I look at C and I start to work it out to see what's the less what amount of number I got. And um I realized that B
No, what
is
you did,
less.
no, Mercedes, what you did first. Let's just say what you did first. You may not realize you did it, but you say 1/5, that's dresses. Can't be 1/5, that's bigger, right?
Right.
And
Right.
then
And
you
I look
look
at
at 1/4 and you say 1/4 is pants. So it can't, so you really eliminated A and D,
yes.
correct? And
Yes.
then you say B and C and you probably guessed, right?
Yes. So
Correct?
Yes, I guess it like that because I was saying 20 into 100 something like that, and 5 into 100 how much I got. So I realized that 1/5 is bigger when I do the fraction down there, the answer. I was working on the answers.
Okay,
Like,
but you have 1/5, 1/4, and something unknown here. So let's just go here and put
Well, the answer was 1/20s.
yes, 1/20th. Okay, you have
Oh,
1/5 and 1/4. You're given these two, right? 1/5 and 1/4. Now, what's your least common multiple for 1/5 and 1/4?
one.
What's your least common multiple? The number that you can divide these two into. That would be the 20th, right?
yeah.
4 times 5. So 1/5 is what over 20? Okay.
1/5.
Okay.
Would be 4.
Let me just put. Okay, Maureen, what did you say?
4/20.
Okay, 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, so 4 over 20, right? 1/4 is what over 20, Maureen?
4 is 5/20.
5 over 20, right? When you add those two together, what do you get?
Which two?
4
9.
over 20 plus 5 over 20.
9/20.
9 over 20. Now, that's 9 over 20, right? Now,
Uh-huh.
half of this is half of the pie chart. So what over 20 equals 1/2? What number over 20?
1/20.
No, equal 1/2, Maureen.
Oh, oh.
What's the numerator over 20 the equal to 1/2?
10.
Okay, 10. That's right. So 10 over 20 is equal to 1/2. So if you have 9 over 20, what's left over? That made up 9 over 20. So that's minus 9 over 20. And what's the difference here? This is 9.
1/20.
That's it. 1 over 20. So that's how you get the 1 over 20.
I guess that one because I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't 1/5 nor 1/4.
Yeah.
So it's already going to make a guess. Now I couldn't figure it out. So it's make
Yeah.
a guess.
Well, you could eliminate A and D.
Oh, because you said 9 from 10, leave 1.
Yeah, 9
Yeah.
from 10. When you have the same denominator, you can subtract numerators. 9 from 10 is 1. So that would be your answer B. Got it?
Yes, I agree because I sort of work it out, see me. I'm looking at my paper I work it on. It's a little different from you. I put
Okay.
over 100 and say, I try to work it and see what number I get bigger than, and I guess that it was B.
Yeah, but did you see how you eliminate A and
So
D? I'll say these because this
Yeah.
was 1/4. This is 1/5. So those were possible answers. So they can't be A or D because they represent other parts of the clothing,
so
right?
what? So what? The dresses was one what?
I'm sorry.
The dresses.
The dresses are 1/20th,
Oh,
the
1/20.
fraction. There's the answer. Because everything else, Maureen, you told me you 20s, and you add them up. Everything else
Yeah.
add up to 9 over 20, and this is exactly half. Dresses, skirts, pants make up half of your pie chart.
Okay. Okay.
And half is 10 over 20. So if these two are 10 over 20, I mean 9 over 20, then this to make up a half has to be 1 over 20.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So you've got the fraction. Then now this one, Mercedes, you said, are there more dresses or skirts? What's your answer?
Oh, I say more skirt.
Yeah, because you can tell this is a bigger
Yeah,
slice. So
Biggest
yeah.
your
line.
answer would just be skirts. Now your next question is how many more? Are there more dresses or skirts? There are more skirts. That's a bigger piece of the pie, right? Now, how would you find how many more?
I
No,
don't
that's
know
when I get sure how to find how to find it.
Well, dresses
how
is
many more.
120
Uh-huh.
and skirts are 1/5. So find those and get the difference.
Well,
Okay,
120.
I want you to do it now. Let me go to this. Okay. Now you want to find how many more, how many more skirts are there than dresses? That's what you're really asking yourself. Okay. So what was wait just a minute. Okay. Okay. So what was skirts fraction?
Hers was 1/5, I think.
1/5. Okay.
So yeah.
And dresses was what? 1/20th?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do, find how many dresses and how many skirts. And that means you got to take these fractions and multiply them by the total. So I want you to do that. How many skirts? 1/5 represents how many skirts? Now you've got to go back up here and use your total. 3840, right?
Mhm.
So,
Oh boy.
so calculate number of skirts. And that's going to be your 1/5 times that total. So I want you to, I'll say these, your noise is starting back.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
1/5 times 38, 3,840. There's your total number of pieces of all the clothing, right? And
1 is 768.
and then do the 120 number of dresses. Let's just copy that. Multiply the 120 times the 3840. Number of dresses. Okay. And that's your 1/20th times that, right? So that means 3840 divided by 5. What did you get, Maureen? 3840 divided by 5. What did you get?
Hold on.
Maureen, you said an answer before. What is it?
I get 7. Get my
7
words in. So I get 768. Actually,
768. Okay, 768. All right. Now 1/20th of 3840 is 3840 divided by 20. Mercedes, what did you get? 3840 divided by 20. What did you get, Mercedes? Mercedes, you're on mute.
One sec. I'm coming.
3840 divided by 20. What do you get? 3,840 divided by 20. Maureen, you have an answer?
get 800.
What?
800?
3,840 divided by 20?
3.
3840 divided by 20. What do you get?
Should I write the bigger number first, miss?
No, what did you get when you divided that, Mercedes?
I got 0.000130. 0.021.
No. 3,840
Okay,
divided by 20.
I'm sorry, I put it in wrong. Let me just do it over and come
The
back to you.
3840 is the numerator. The 20 is the denominator.
3840.
Divided by 20.
192.
192. Is that what you got,
Yes.
Mercedes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, subtract those. 768 minus 768 minus 192. What's that equal to?
576.
What do you get, Mercedes?
576.
576. That's your answer. How many more? 576. That's your answer. Questions? So you use your fractions for your
I'm looking at
skirts.
all you did it and get the answers first.
What is it, Mercedes?
I'm saying I'm looking at all you did it and get the answers first.
Oh yeah, you've got to get how many skirts and how many dresses, and that's using the fractions. Fractions of skirts times the total. Fraction of dresses times the total. You know the number of skirts, you know the number of dresses. Of course, you know the number of skirts are bigger because your slice was bigger. And the difference would be how many more skirts are there than dresses? 576. Any questions? Any questions? Because you said, Mercedes, you said you didn't know how to do it. So what was your problem in finding this, Mercedes?
How to put the fraction in the calculator. That's my problem. I couldn't do it because now I understand how to put in the.
Okay, now you know numerator over denominator, right? So you don't have to
Yes.
convert it to a decimal. You can just say numerator over denominator multiplied by the number, okay? Numerator 1 over denominator 5. Numerator 1 over denominator 20.
My question is, Miss, these sheets that you did on last week's sheets, is possible I can get them? I think I have enough time now. I can go send you some stamps for you
Oh,
to.
okay. So you mean the
This,
assignments?
yeah, like how you did this and explain it and show us to how to work it. I could
Okay,
do
you mean the actual session itself, you mean?
it like this.
Okay.
And paper. If you could send this like this week and last week,
Okay.
so I can just review them and see you do it.
All right.
Because this one is really refreshing to show me how to put it in the calculator and do it.
Yeah. So now you understand how you put the numerator denominator in, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you, Maureen.
Yeah.
All right. So which number is the exponent, which is the power? We have a base and a power. 81 is 3 to the 4th power. Which number is the exponent? Anybody?
4. B.
4. So answer B. Right. That's right. Answer B. What is the 3? What do we call the 3?
We call the 3 the base.
That's the base, right? And 81 is the result of actually finding the value. Okay. Okay, so let's just make that bigger. Answer B. Okay. Now we have another, the last one, and that's a multiplication. So what do you do? Well, what do
You
you
add,
do with the powers? What do you do to the coefficients when you're solving?
you add
Expression.
the exponents.
And what do you do, Maureen?
You add the exponents and you multiply the coefficients.
That's right. What are the coefficients here? Maureen, what are the coefficients?
Well, I got, let me see, coefficients is 6 and 2.
That's right. The numbers in
Yeah.
front of the variables, those are coefficients. 2 and 6 are multiplied, those are coefficients. Add the powers, you have the fifth power, the fourth power. So what would be the answer for this one, Maureen? Tell me, what do you get?
D. D.
Yeah, the answer is D, but I mean, when you multiply this out, what do you get?
Oh, I didn't multiply out.
No, I know you didn't. That's why I'm asking you to do
Oh.
it now.
I get
12.
9 over 12.
You get what?
No,
12. 6 to the 12.
12 to the ninth power. Is that
12
the
what?
answer?
What's the answer?
I multiply 6 by 2.
Let me see what's there.
What's the answer to 2x to the fifth times 6x to the fourth? What's the answer?
2x to the 5th. That is like 25, right?
How are you getting 25?
Wow. You said you multiplied it.
You
You
said
forgot?
multiply the coefficients and add the exponents. So if you do
Yeah.
that, what's the results of this? If you solve it?
9 over 12.
No.
No, Maureen, if you multiply the coefficients, what do you get? What do you get,
Coefficient is
Mercedes?
2 and 6, right?
Yeah, you multiply them. What do you get? Well, 6 times 2.
12.
But
12.
where are you getting 25?
I told you 12.
Yeah, but you said that's not what you said. Okay. What's the answer to 2x to the fifth times 6x to the fourth? What's the answer? Now, I know
It
here
is
we just
9
had to
over
say what
12.
9 over 12.
Yeah.
How are you getting 9 over
Marie,
12?
Maria,
Yes, Mercy.
see the coefficients is right there, and you give the right answer. So you multiply and do what you told her. Do exactly what you told her. 2, 6 is 12.
Yeah.
Coefficient
So
5,
if you
9
And the
and 2 is
coefficient.
5, so it's 12 to the ninth power.
so what would be the answer?
12 to the ninth power.
No,
No?
you're throwing away something, Mercedes.
What do I throw away now?
12x.
Oh, sorry. 12x.
Yeah, I'm hearing what you said.
I am focusing because I want to get her attention to that she's multiplying. She's telling the right answer in the beginning. That's
Yes,
B, but she's
yes.
not doing it. But she's
No,
not
that's
doing
right. That's why I'll ask you. That's why I want you to solve it. Because you gave me
Yeah,
the
she's not
answer,
doing it.
multiply coefficients, add the
Yeah,
exponents. I want to see you actually do it. So I said,
yeah.
tell me what the answer of this is. 6 times
Uh,
2 is 12. You multiply the coefficients. You add the powers of the base x. 5 plus 4, 9. Got it?
So you tell her
Maureen,
the
you
right
okay?
answer, Marie.
yeah, okay.
Are you all right, Maureen?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, I wanted you to apply what you just told me
Oh,
to
I see.
this and give me the answer. You
Okay.
gave me D. D is correct. Multiply coefficients, add exponents. So I want to see you actually do this on this exponent. That's
Oh,
what
I
you
see.
get. Okay.
Uh,
All right. Now let's just go over the rules again.
uh,
Multiply. What do you do to the exponents?
add.
Add. So x to the second times x to the third, base x, 2 plus 3, right? What do you do when you're dividing?
It's a trap.
Subtract the exponent of the denominator from the exponent of the numerator. So r to the 8th over r to the 3rd is 8 minus 3 r to the 5th. Now, what do you do when you have a power to a power? What do you do to the exponents?
You multiply the exponents.
Multiply. y to the third times y to the fourth is y to the 4
Good.
times 3. Gives you y to
Wow.
the 12. Yeah. Let's just make that a little closer. 12. Okay. Now, if you have a power of a product, A times B is a product, raised to the nth power. You raise both expressions in the parentheses to the power. So A to the n, B to the n. So if you have 2c to the fourth, 2 to the fourth is 2 times itself 4 times. And that's where you get the 16. And then c to the fourth. All right? Apply it to each factor. And that's a common error that sometimes you forget a coefficient's got to be raised to the power 2. Okay.
And Miss Barbara, I really thank you because you should have helped us to go back to the we call it now, this thing here you show us.
Yes.
The rules.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got the going back to these, it makes it clearer to you.
Yeah, so we get to study it in our head. We keep
Right.
going back to try to
That's
get
right. That's why I go over it again to make sure you understand it. So when you get to use it on your exercises, you know how to use it, right? Now, when we say quotient, what operation are we talking about? Quotient refers to what operation? What do you get a quotient for? From what operation? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Yes, dividing. It comes from division. So
Yeah.
power of a quotient, A over B, that's a division. And what you do, you break it down. You put the numerator to a power over the denominator to a power. So here you have 5 over w to the third. You'd have 5 to the third power, w, the variable to the third power. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. And then w to the third power. Don't forget that you apply this to both the numerator and the denominator for the quotient. It says applies to the numerator and denominator. And then when you have a negative exponent, you just actually think of it as flipping it. A to the minus n is 1 over a to the positive n. And if you had a negative, 1 over a to the minus n is equal to a to the n. And 3x to the minus 4, that's 3. X to the minus 4 is 1 over x to the fourth power. Now, this you'll understand better when you're given a problem to do this with. And I think we have some examples. Any questions on the rules?
Yes, Miss, because the last
Yes.
rule said a little bit confusing.
What the
Yes,
negative? Yeah.
yes,
All you just remember, Mercedes, when you have a negative exponent, you just flip it. This is a to the minus n over 1. You put the 1 in the numerator, the a to the n in the denominator, but you change the sign. See, remember, let me just put this over here. Okay. No, let me do it with a number. Okay. Okay. 3x to the minus 4. Let's just put this. Okay. I put this right here. Okay. Now 3x to the minus 4. Let me just make this bigger. All right. Now x to the minus 4 is 1 over x to the plus 4. Okay. So let me just write this separate. See, the 3 is okay because it doesn't have a negative x on it. Okay, so let me just take this and put it here. Okay. So x to the minus 4 is really x to the minus 4 over 1. So let's just put this over 1, just for clarification. Although normally you don't put the 1, right? That's like the default. But I'll just put it here just for clarification. So this is x to the minus 4 over 1. Okay, let me just put this here. Okay, make this bigger. Okay. Now, this is x to the minus 4 over 1. Now, only thing you do, just remember you'll flip this. This will become 1 over x to the positive 4. Right? So, flipping it, that means the numerator becomes the denominator becomes the numerator. So that'd be 1 over x to the positive 4. That's all you're doing. Mercedes, is that clearer?
What you do with the 3?
No, the 3 stays the way it is. So if I go back up here, I made this x to the minus 4 over 1 over x is 4, and 3 times 1 is 3. So it'd just be 3 over x to the 4th. Okay, it's because the 3 doesn't have a negative power. So that would just be 3 over x to the plus 4. So let's just put that there. And that would be x to the plus 4. And put the power there. Okay. And we don't need this underline here. So that just becomes, let me bring that down. Okay. So the 3 doesn't change, Mercedes, because if I put the 1 over x to the 4, then 3 times 1 is 3. So it's just 3 over x to the positive 4. You got it? See, 3 doesn't have a negative exponent. So I don't do anything to the 3. I just multiply it by the 1. Because once I flip this, the 1 is now in the numerator. So 3 times 1 is 3. Is that clear, Mercedes?
So the bottom of it, x to the negative 4
X to the negative 4 over 1. Let me just take out this.
equal 1 over negative. Okay.
Let me just take this. Take the underline out to make it clearer. Okay. See, x to the minus 4 over 1 becomes 1 over x to the 4th. All right. And if I had 1 over x to the minus 4, it becomes x to the 4th over 1. See, it goes both ways. See, if I have my negative here in the numerator, then when I flip it, my denominator becomes my numerator. My numerator becomes my denominator. It has a plus. But if I started out with a negative, then when I flip it, that denominator becomes positive in the numerator. Okay, so if I had, let me just say here, suppose I had 1, I don't want, okay, let me just take out this. Okay, because it goes both ways. Suppose I had 1 over, and let's see, could be any variable, right? And I say 1 over b, and I'll put this negative 3, right? Mercedes, what would that become if I make it a positive? What would it be equal to?
I would say b,
right?
Positive 3.
That's it. Very good. Excellent. 3. And that would be over what?
1.
1. But I don't have to put the 1 though. I mean, because b over 3 over 1. But I'll just put it here just to show you flipped it. And that's now 1. But the 1 is not really necessary because b to the 3rd is the same as b to the 3rd over 1. Got it?
Yes.
So it goes both ways. Both ways. Remember that.
You know what I'm grateful for, Mr. Barbara?
Huh?
You know what I'm grateful for?
What?
We can go right back to WhatsApp. not WhatsApp, on the YouTube
YouTube, yes.
and listen to the recording.
Yes, right, because it's the same thing that you look at it here is being recorded. Okay. All right, now let's have you run through some practice ones. All right. Maureen, number 1, 10 to 0. What is the answer? Let me make it bigger. What's the answer? A, B, C, D. Which one?
C.
Which
10 to
one?
the 10 to the 0 is C.
Mercedes, what would you say?
Oh, no.
Say
You would say what?
0. A. She said A.
You said A. Maureen
Okay.
says C, and I said neither of you are correct.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
one.
C.
It's B, Miss Barbara.
Any number to the 0 power is equal to what?
One.
1. So what's the
Yeah.
answer?
C.
The answer is B. I was so doubtful. I don't know why I said 0. I say A. Are you
Why
sitting in the
did I
background?
get those answers? I don't know why you told me that. Trying to figure out why did you tell me? Any number of variable to the 0 power is equal to what? 1. 1. A million to the 0 power is 1. 1,000 to the 0 power is 1. 2b to the 0 power. Well,
one.
b to the 0 is 1, and then 2 times 1 is 2. All right?
Miss Barbara, are you still hearing the noise interference?
What?
From me? Are you getting the background noise from me still?
Yeah, we still get it.
Well, because I keep going off and on just not to disturb.
Yeah, it's starting back up. Okay, don't worry, I'll call you. Okay, now I want you to simplify this expression. Okay, Maureen, you're up. Let me make this bigger, and you tell me which one of these is correct. I know you know the answer, Maureen, because we just did it. Multiply the coefficients, add the powers. So what answer is correct, Maureen?
Let me see. -3.
Take your time.
A.
Maureen, I'll give you another chance.
So they say a minus and a positive is a minus.
So what's the answer?
B.
B, that's right, Maureen. I knew you knew it. Yeah, because you have unlike signs. A plus times a minus gives you a minus. So it has to be 6 times a -3 to give you a -18. Add the 2 powers, 2 plus 5 give you 7. Mercedes, you with us?
Loud and clear, I got that one.
Did you get it correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so let's go to number 3 for Mercedes. Let me make it bigger. Okay. All right, make it bigger. Now this is a power to a power. So what do we do? What's the rule, Mercedes? A power to a power. What do we do with the powers?
We add.
You asking me or you telling me? Sound like a question to me. What's the answer, Mercedes? Look at your rules. Go back to your rules if you want to look at your rules. Okay. All right. You have your, okay, let's go back to the rules here. Got a power to a power. Power to a power, right here. What do you do? What do you do, Mercedes?
You multiply.
Multiply the exponents. Now, you know the rule. We went back to the rule. So, knowing the rule now, what would be the answer, Mercedes? Well, simplify x to the 14th raised to the 3rd power. What's the answer?
third power. Oh my gosh, that is so much. That answer should be let me see, where is it? Is that B?
B, that's correct. Yeah, you multiply 3 times 14 is 42, right?
Yeah.
That's your answer. B. Power to a power, multiply the powers. 3 times 14, 42. All right, Maureen, simplify. Now remember the power applies to everything in the parentheses. All right, so Maureen, what is the answer?
Okay. Move.
The power outside the parentheses applies to everything within it. So you got to apply it to the 5, apply it to the A, apply it to the B to the second power.
Okay. The answer is B.
Maureen, you're applying the power to the 5. So that's 5 to the second, A to the second, B to the second, raised to the second.
A.
That's right. Answer A. There's your answer right there. That's it. 5 times 5 is 25. A to the second, that's A to the second, and B to the second raised to the second is 2 times 2, B to the fourth. You got it?
Yep.
Mercedes, you have that one?
Yes, miss, because A does not have 2, so you just put A to the second power. And then you multiply the other one. You get the 4, B4.
Yeah, 5 to the second is 5 times 5. So you know you've got to have a 25. So you could eliminate B and C, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to have a 25. 5 to the second is a 25. So you know your coefficient has to be a 25. Questions? Okay, let's go to number 5. Which expression is equivalent to 10 to the minus 3, Maureen?
This is 10 to the minus 3.
Yes.
10 to the minus 3. See?
Minus 10 times minus 10 times minus 10.
A.
Now this is 10 to the minus 3.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's put it here. Now, according to the rules, now let's put this here. 10 to the minus 3. Let me make this bigger. Okay, so 10 to the minus 3 is equal to 1 over 10 to the third, right?
Uh-huh.
It's equal to 1 over 10 to the plus 3. So let's just put that over here. And this will be 10 to the plus 3. Now, based on that, which one of those match 1 over 10 to the plus 3?
B.
That's right. 1 over 10 times 1 over 10 times 1 over 10. That's right. That would give you the plus. Because this one has a minus times a plus, give you a plus times a minus, give a minus. But we have a plus. We don't have a minus. So the answer would be 1 over 10 times 1 over 10 times 1 over 10. And if you add the powers, 1, 2, 3, 1 over 10 to the third. So answer B.
Miss, I don't understand why it can be A instead of B.
What's 10 times 10, Mercedes?
100.
What's 100 times 10?
1000.
So how could 1 over 10 give you 1,000?
Because I see the fraction and I see A is like you say 10 times 10 times 10.
Yeah, but 10 times, okay. Okay, so answer is B. Okay. So you're saying why couldn't it be A? So let's take a breakdown of A. Okay. So 10 times 10 times 10. And you said that's equal to 1,000. Right? Now, 1 over 10 times 1 over 10 times 1 over 10 is 1 over 1,000. Is 1 over 1,000 equal to 1,000? You follow what I'm saying, Mercedes?
That's why you put 1 over 10
No,
times 1 over 10.
no. You said, why couldn't it be A? But remember, I gave you 10 to the minus 3. And 10 to the minus 3 is 1 over 10 to the third. But that's equal to, let me just, okay. So that's equal to 1 over 1,000. And I'm asking you, is 1 over 1,000 the same as 1,000?
Oh, yes.
They're not equal. 1 over 1,000 is not the same as 1,000 over 1. In other words, this number as a decimal will be 0.001. 0.001 is not the same as 1,000. Is it?
No.
So that's why it can't be A. This is a lot bigger number than this number.
I'm not still clear on that. Why? Got to me.
Okay, Mercedes.
Yeah.
You have $1,000, right? And somebody else have $1, which is 1 over 1,000. Are those amounts equal?
No, you're not.
They're not. So that's why it can't be 1,000. 1,000 is not the same as $1. 1,000th of 1,000 would be just $1. So the $1 is not equal to $1,000. That's why it can't be A, because we had 10 to the minus 3, which is 1 over 10 to the plus 3.
Oh, I didn't see the minus.
You see that? Well, this is a minus right here.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Oh, you didn't see that. Okay, let's make that bigger. Okay. Okay, let me make it bigger. Okay, so that's 10 to the minus 3. And that's the reciprocal of the plus right here, right?
Okay.
So that's 1 over 1,000, which is not the same as 1,000. You got it?
Okay.
Okay. You just put that back over here. Okay, so that's 1 over the plus 10 to the third, and that's 1 over 1,000. And that's, as a decimal, is 0.001. That's not equal to 1,000.
So are you saying that 1 over 10 to the positive 3 is not equal to 1,000 over 1 over 1,000?
Yes, but that's not the same as 1,000 over 1. The answer you said A is 10 times 10 times 10. That's 1,000 over 1. That's not the same as 1 over 1,000.
Okay,
right?
because of the negative sign.
sorry.
Is it because of the negative sign?
Well, the negative sign 10 to the minus 3 means it's the reciprocal of the positive. So 10 to the minus 3 is 1 over 1,000. And that's not the same as 1,000 over 1.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the same. Any questions? Okay, now let's go to number 6. Now, number 6, and this might help you with the one we just went over, because this kind of like emphasizing it. Okay, let's take this one. Now, 10 to the second is 100. That's 10 times 10, right? 10 to the first is just 10. 10 to the 0 is 1. 10 to the minus 1 is 1 over 10. 10 to the minus 2 is 1 over 100. Now, based on this pattern, Maureen, 10 to the minus 4 is equivalent to which of these numbers? Now, notice I gave you 10 to the second, 10 to the 1, 10 to the 0, 10 to the minus 1, 10 to the minus 2. Now, based on this pattern, which one of these is equivalent to 10 to the minus 4?
B.
That's right, because B is what? What is B equal to? 10 to the
10 to the minus 2 is equivalent to 100.
Yeah, 10 to the minus 4 is equivalent to the one that has what? Because this is 100, 10 to the minus 3 will be 1,000, 10 to the minus 4 would be 10,000. And this is 10, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. And B is correct. Okay, because this one is 10, 100,000. That's 1 over 1,000, right? That's 10 to the minus 3. So 10 to the minus 4 would be 10,000. So that would be B. Elsa, did you have a question?
Yeah, you answered it before I asked you.
Oh, okay. All right. So you could keep going. 10 to the minus 3 will be 1 over 1,000. 10 to the minus 4 will be 1 over 10,000. So you pick the one that says 1 over 10,000. That's 10, hundreds, tens, 100,000, tens thousand. This one.
Mhm.
Okay, so that kind of reinforce what we just said about the other one, where you had the whole number 1,000, and we had a fraction of 1,000. I'll say these. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions on that? Now this is going back to place value. You may, if you have any problems there, you may want to review your place value. Okay. And that takes us into scientific notation, where we can write these numbers as 10 to a power. Like, what would this number be as a scientific notation? Anybody want to tell me? 1 times 10 to the what?
1 times 10 to 10,000.
What would be the power?
Yeah.
Well, if it's a decimal, it has to be a negative exponent, right?
Mhm.
So what would be the power, Maureen?
10.
No. What would be the power? Negative what?
2, miss?
10.
No, negative 5.
5. Oh.
Yeah, well, you can look at the number of places you move the decimal point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be 10 to the negative 5. This one was 10 to the negative 4. So one more zero will make it 10 to the negative 5. That's the scientific notation, how you can write smaller numbers, less than 1, have negative exponents, where if it was plus,
And
like,
C is the extremist, right?
okay,
I hope CC would be what? Would be -3?
like, I'm sorry?
Number C.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. You moved it 3 places. Now, let's take a big number.
Okay.
Okay, and make that. Okay, now what would this number be as scientific notation? 10 to the what?
Would it 3?
What would it be?
10 to the -3?
No, no. If it's a number greater than 1, it's a plus exponent, Maureen. You've got to
10 to the power 3.
Well, what's 10? What's 10 times 10 times 10?
10 to 1,000.
But this is 10,000, so it'll be 10 to the what?
10 to the 10 power?
No, you
10 to
talking
the
billion.
20th?
No, 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 no. You, Maureen, you just told me 10 times 10 times 10. You said that was equal to what?
10 to 100. That's 1,000.
1,000. Okay. So 10,000 would be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So this would be a 4,
4.
right?
I was just about to tell you, miss.
Okay. This will be a 4. 1 times 10 to the 4th. Because 10 times 10, 3 times give you 1,000. 10 4 times give you 10,000. So you have a plus exponent when the number is greater than 1. But if it's less than 1, it's a decimal and has a negative exponent. And that exponent is equal to the number of places you move the decimal point. In the case of negative, you're moving to the right. In the case of the ones greater than 1, you're moving to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's behind the 1. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do one more. But you need to review your place value. So you know how to write 1,000, 100,000, 1,000th. When you have the DTH, you're talking less than 1. So this is like 1, 10, 100,000. Okay, 1 over 1,000. 1 times 10 to the negative. Oh, you're moving it from 1, 2, 3, 10 to the negative 3. Whereas this will be 1 times 10 to the what? D. What would D be? 1 times 10 to the what?
The second.
So that's negative 2. That's right. Negative, Maureen, because it's less than 1. Okay. Okay. Last exercise. Mercedes, which is greater? Mercedes, which of these numbers are greater? Number 7.
Which number are you talking?
Number 7, which is greater? 2, 6, 5, 4 to the 0 power, or 5 to the 0 power? What's the answer? A, B, C, or D?
I think it's they're all the same.
What's the answer?
C.
C. They're the same. Any number to 0 power is 1. 2, 6, 5, 4, 0 equals 1. 5 to the 0 is 1. They are the same. C.
Yeah, you just told us.
Yes, I just told you. You're right. You are so right.
And that kick writing, that kick writing.
Okay, so we're gonna stop here, and
Uh,
I'll be sending you this session. You'll be getting your work for Thursday, and it will be on. It will be only on exponents. No,
uh,
no graphs. Only
uh,
exponents. Okay.
uh,
Any questions on anything we've gone over?
Not no.
No, Mr.